It's Monday, August 24th, and the time for your Barbados Today Morning News Update. The Rock Hall Freedom Park in St. Thomas is officially opened, and MP for the area, Minister Cynthia Ford, hopes it will be a driving force for tourism-inspired entrepreneurship in the constituency. She made the comment during the park's grand opening yesterday.
So we can have some tours where locals can be the guides to be able to walk through, not only tourists. This is about locals as well. This is about employment, entrepreneurship, pulling the community together, because at the end of the day, we are one people who should continue to reach out and touch and share our experiences, our vision, our love and affection for each other, and keep our communities together. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank the government of Barbados for we continuing this project so that we can reach this substantial stage today. And I look forward as the kiosks open up and services are being extended not only to locals but visitors among us, that the individuals who have got that entrepreneurial spirit would be able to link up and help to fend for themselves, especially in these harsh economic and other times that are impacting on families.
Government is taking steps to alleviate the transport woes facing commuters as some of the 33 newly acquired electrical buses began operating on the country's roads over the weekend. Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Transport Board, Fabian Wharton, also revealed that 17 buses from the aging fleet have been retrofitted with new engines and transmissions.
Notwithstanding the addition of these units to the board's fleet, we have implemented over the last 2 years measures to relieve the pain and suffering of our commuters. It is no secret that our fleet is an aging one. However, we have been able through a special program with our partners Simpson Motors and L&N to retrofit at this stage 17 buses with new engines and transmissions, which have seen tremendous cost savings to the board on the maintenance costs of these units. This program will continue, and by the end of the going into the fourth quarter, it is expected that we should have 31 of these units in total in our fleet. We continue the assistance of the Transport Authority to expand the Transport Augmentation Program, commonly referred to as TAP. This program consists of privately owned vehicles, 14-seaters, minibuses, and coaches, deployed and operated on the board's routes and schedules. There are currently 71 units registered in this program, and interest remains high. TAP, retrofit project, and now 33 electric buses, we are surely on a pathway to relieve the pain and suffering of some of our commuters.
Government is also taking steps to rectify the water issues facing residents in the Eastern Corridor. That's according to Member of Parliament for St. John, Charles Griffith, as he, along with Minister of Transport, Works and Water Resources, Ian Goodinegel, and top officials from the Barbados Water Authority, toured the Vineyard Water Augmentation Project over the weekend.
To the residents in St. John, I am fully aware that the problem that we are experiencing in St. John and the Eastern Corridor, St. Joseph, St. Andrew, St. Thomas, will in short order be solved. This particular project is well in excess of $10 million. Now, from a minister's perspective in the Ministry of Water Resources, I'm saying to you that we're using a scaffolding approach as it relates to projects within the ministry. By that, I mean that we're building one project after the other. So it is not only St. John and St. Joseph and the Eastern Corridor that is going to be fixed, but eventually all of the issues that we're having in the country, we're looking as much as possible to rectify that. If it is through the replacement of mains, if it is what is happening now at Vineyard, where we're augmenting the water supply that will come to Boliston and Golden Ridge, all of that is in place. So it is a new push. I mean, Minister and myself, we're driving on the chair, and the staff at Waterworks, that in 4 weeks I am blown away by the amount of expertise that is within the Barbados Water Authority.
Goodinegel said the mains replacement project would modernize the water system for St. John and surrounding constituencies.
At the conclusion of the mains surveying process, the Barbados Water Authority, as the executing agency, would have spent in excess of $23.8 million on the mains replacement program in St. John. In other words, the residents of St. John will benefit from perhaps having the most modern mains lane program, mains facility within the parish of St. John. We are spending the money here because it's going to have a reach all the way through to St. Joseph, right through to St. Thomas and St. Andrew. And as you would have heard from the experts, the engineers, Dr. Mawansa as well as Mr. Charles Leslie, you would have heard from them giving you the more technical details. Now, the people of St. John and certainly St. Joseph will have better water access. And not taken away from the Barbados Water Authority, but they will have better water access as a result of the significant capital expenditure that we have made available in this area. So for us as a government, it is an ongoing commitment.
Meantime, Minister Goodin Edgell disclosed that government, through his ministry, would announce shortly a policy decision on the reinstatement of roads in the country.
But in any event, we have to restore the roads, especially, for example, in Messiah Street.
Yes.
We are going to restore the roads. Obviously, it takes money and time, but that is our commitment. But we will also announce a major policy initiative in respect of reinstatement. The government of Barbados is committing to a road improvement program. You will appreciate that the government continues to maintain roads. St. John has benefited from a couple roads, like most of Barbados. We have a major roadworks program that we will announce shortly. I will not announce that at this point in time. Again, I give you the assurance that we can't fix every road in St. John, but we also have to empathize with you. And we recognize that prior to 2018, the road infrastructure, what we found was really inadequate and really unjust to the people of St. John. So I give you a commitment that we will work hand in hand with Minister Griffith. He knows the constituency better than I do.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
News from the region. Jamaica recorded 116 new COVID-19 cases in a 24-hour period, bringing the total to 1,529. The newly confirmed cases are 68 females and 48 males, ages 17 to 85. 5 of the new cases are contacts of confirmed cases. 1 was imported from the United Kingdom, and 110 cases are under investigation. Meanwhile, in the Bahamas, the number of COVID-19 cases also continue to rise. More in this report from Eyewitness News.
The COVID-19 death toll now stands at 29 as 2 additional deaths were recorded by health officials. The latest fatalities are 2 women ages 45 and 65 of New Providence, one of them a nurse at the Sandilands Rehabilitation Center. Now the number of confirmed cases now stands at 1,765 with 62 new cases recorded as of yesterday. One of the latest cases, which has not yet been reported, is believed to perhaps be the youngest in the Caribbean region.
And finally, thousands of people have been evacuated from parts of the Caribbean and the southern U.S. as 2 storms moved through the region. Hurricane Marco and Tropical Storm Laura have brought high winds and rough seas, causing damage to areas of Haiti, Cuba, and the Dominican Republic. There have also been reports of fatalities. Marco is expected to make landfall in Louisiana on Monday, with Laura hitting Texas by Thursday.
This is Marco. It's been moving between Cuba and the Yucatan Peninsula. This is Laura, which has been sliding across the eastern side of the Caribbean, bringing huge amounts of rain and damaging winds. But you can see the direction of travel. They are both moving northwestwards towards the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico and eventually the southern USA. Now, this is the official forecast from the National Hurricane Center a short time ago. Notice the tracks very, very similar. It is possible that these two storms might make landfall around a very similar area of the coast, most likely in Louisiana. So not one, but two bouts of very rough weather ahead. They won't arrive at the same time, of course. This is Marco. This will be arriving first, making landfall probably during Monday afternoon or evening. And then here comes Laura. When we have two storms in such close proximity, there will always be headaches in forecasting exactly how they're going to behave. It may well be that Laura arrives somewhat further east than this particular computer weather model suggests.
That's news. But for the very latest, visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.